to my channel, True Talk with Ericka Sallee. This is a space that is cultivated specifically for women to help us to focus on well-being mentally, physically, and spiritually, and to be empowered to move forward and be whatever it is that you choose to be. And then, of course, those two coupled together helps us to focus on transformation, change, seeking out something new, whatever that is for you. So as a personal coach for women, I get excited about discovering what barriers are holding us back from being, yes, the best versions of ourselves. And the best part is that I get to share strategies around how to move beyond those barriers so that you can keep moving forward to do whatever it is that you desire to do, or giving yourself the opportunity to figure out what that might look like for you. So this channel is True Talk with Ericka Sallee because I believe that one of the barriers that often gets in the way are the things that we say to ourselves. And the true talk is recognizing when that's happening and then shifting it so that whatever those thoughts are that are causing you to think that you can't, that you won't, that you'll never be, that we can kind of put those thoughts to rest and help you to embrace a new truth about who you are and how you show up in the world. So, you know, sometimes when I'm having these conversations, it could be on a day like this. This happens to be the day after an amazing women's conference, the Women's Leadership Forum, sponsored by Colette Coakley. She is the visionary behind this platform to empower women. And so yesterday was the 6th conference, and it was such an amazing day. So many great speakers. I had the opportunity to facilitate a panel of other authors who shared their stories and what led them to write their books and all the things. And so meeting other people at the conference, other women, you know, you leave a breakout session and you're walking through the halls and you're networking with other people. And so I got a chance to meet some amazing women, and that's always a good opportunity when we can come into a space to uplift and empower one another. So here's the thing that actually got me in the middle of the night. Oh, before I go there, I do want to say this, that as I was saying, this happens to be a day after that conference. And so this is a Saturday morning. And as I look out my kitchen window, it is rainy, it's gray outside. I think it's a little chilly. And it's one of those days where I literally don't have to be anywhere. And so I am still in my robe and my pajamas. I'm literally just getting ready to have some coffee, make myself some brunch. And it is a little after 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So when I share here in this space, you may see me in my robe. You may see me sitting at my desk in my office with the ring light and all the things. But sometimes when we're having the conversations in our head, it's showing up no matter what we have on. And so it just happens to be that this particular morning, I woke up in the middle of the night and there was something that hit me and I was like, oh my gosh. So yesterday during the conference, as I was kicking off my panel discussion, I had started introducing and kind of, you know, getting the room ready. And I started introducing the other panelists. So I'm reading their bios and we started getting into the conversation. And when we got to the end, when it was time for Q&A, one of the participants raised her hand and she was like, hey, you know, you introduced the authors and you didn't introduce you and the amazing things that you do and your book. And so in the middle of, you know, when she finished, I was like, oh, you know, let me backtrack and introduce myself. But in the middle of the night, here is the true talk that just caused me to wake up and like, oh my goodness. I thought to myself, oh, I did not introduce myself. How could I not introduce myself? Like I started off getting the room ready and getting ready to talk to these amazing women and I did not introduce myself. How in the world could I have done that? Now, I don't know about you, but have you ever sat still enough to think, oh, I should have said this. Oh, dang it. I knew I should have brought that up. Maybe you were in a meeting, maybe you were going through an interview, maybe you were having a conversation with somebody and you got through it, and then after the fact, you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot to. I should have. I can't believe I didn't. Now, it's not so much that we forgot to mention something, but the true talk around that is, oh, see, you didn't mention that. So that means there's something wrong with you. Oh, that means, oh, there she goes. She didn't even talk about who she is. How could somebody how could she do that? She's a speaker. She's an author. She's a coach. And she didn't take the time. Like, that's what starts to try to happen. So it's not just about, oh, I forgot to mention, but it was that voice in my head like, oh my gosh, how could you do that? So when that happens, we literally have to talk back to that thing to say, wait a minute, hold up, hold up, hold up. And it tried to stick with me for a minute. But I had to think about all the other things that happened throughout the course of that moment and the rest of the day that were absolutely, when I tell you, conversations that I had with women and the things that they were sharing with me and how I feel was divinely blessed to be able to pour out. All of that outweighed the fact that, oh my gosh, in this one moment, I forgot to actually introduce myself. Oh my goodness. So what I'm saying to you is, if you ever have those moments, those thoughts that try to sabotage you into remembering, in spite of that, I'm still okay. In spite of that, the day still went on. In spite of that, there were some good things that came out of the day. So if you find yourself in that situation, that's what I encourage you to think about. Like, okay, that was one moment. Were there other moments that I can put on top of that one thing that says, okay, that outweighs all, that one little mistake or that one thing that I may have forgotten? Or it might be a situation where you say, man, you know what? Yeah, I forgot to do that. I forgot to say that. And either one or two things is going to be true. You might have to go back and you might have to give yourself the opportunity to say whatever it is you did not say. Or the other situation might be, oh, you know what? That's a lesson learned for next time. Yep, okay. So the next time in a situation like that or another conversation, let me remember to. And maybe that means writing some notes or putting something in your phone to, not to get too deep with it because not all conversations require that, but it's just an opportunity for us to remember that when that negative voice comes into our heads and tries to beat us down for something, it's like, wait a minute, let me put this into perspective. So as I was thinking about that this morning, getting ready to make my coffee, I thought, you know what? Let me share this conversation because I know how easy it is. Those little thoughts can trickle in and try to make you feel some kind of way, make you put yourself down, make you question yourself, make you doubt, make you go back and literally beat yourself up for something that really is not that significant. And at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't even know that people remembered that, oh, she didn't introduce herself because of the rest of the energy around the day and the event and all the things. So I hope that you heard something in this conversation that resonates with you. And if you did, then that means I want you to subscribe to the channel because I'll be having more conversations just like this and, trying to keep it fun, trying to keep it light, but also remembering and reminding ourselves that we gotta recognize when those voices are coming to try to destroy something positive that's going on in our space. So that's number one, subscribe to the channel. I also want you to share this out because you may be having conversations with other women who are saying the same types of things, or maybe they're having the same kinds of struggles, and maybe they're not in a place to create those shifters for themselves to be able to say, okay, I'm not even going to entertain that thought any longer than I need to. Let me move on to something else. So share this out with your community. Turn the notification bell on so that you are in the know when new videos are uploaded. I also want you to comment. I want to hear from you because you may be having the same kind of situation right now. Like, oh my goodness, I just had a thought like that myself. So put a comment below. Let me know your thoughts around that. And then be sure to come back and hang out with me again. Now, I do want to say this. Even though this channel is for women, so that women can hear these conversations and women can share their stories in the comments. If you are one of our supporting brothers who happen to have stopped by this channel, I want to make sure you know that, you don't have to totally check out because you might hear something that resonates with you, with the women in your life. So it might be your wife, your companion, your mother, your sister, your daughter, whomever. Please do feel free to share this channel out with them as well. So I look forward to seeing you all again real soon. Until I do, take care of yourselves and be well. And I am going to take care of myself as I prepare to enjoy my cup of coffee on this rainy, cloudy Saturday afternoon. I'll see you again soon.